Hi everyone, John back again for another classical Sunday classical music, classical blitz session. So this time around we've got a great playlist for you. It's kick-started by the legendary genius, the super creative composer Vivaldi, and hopefully, yeah, he can lend some of his inspiration to us in our own games. Let's see how it goes, shall we? Here we go. A new game. And we want 3 minutes of blitz. Yeah, so this will be great. We are playing Manute D922374 from Israel. This will be a very interesting game. He starts off with E4, and we are playing the Black Lion, of course. Just a simple setup. What we're saying to our opponent is we are going for this setup, and depending on what you do, it'll just be a great game of chess. If I know this setup better than you, there's a good chance I'm going to win. But yeah, it definitely gives a lot of play for both sides. Queen c7 and castles. Or if we really want to, we can play h6 and g5 and go for the aggressive lion's claw. But we might save that for another game. Or we might play it here, I'm not sure. Let's see what he does. Queen c7. Should I lion's claw? That's the question. What do you think, Vivaldi? It is definitely rising to a crescendo, rising to a very strong attacking piece. But here, after knight g5, my opponent kind of answers the question for me. h6 doesn't work, I really have to just castle. But that's okay, I'm here because I do have a lot of play on this diagonal, remember? And I can play b5 as well. He's really just answering the questions for me. I wonder if we can go h6 or bishop c5 first. I feel like h6, but then he goes takes. No, h6 is good. So that's what he wants to do. He wants to give up 2 pieces and try to play on this open file. That's okay, I'm just going to run backwards. I have 2 pieces, buddy. You only have a rook and a pawn. So let's see what you can do with those. And I'm just going to take on e4, right? Knight takes e4. Threatening knight f2. Knights do have horsepower. So he shuts that down, of course. But let's just play simple chess. Let's come back, knight b6, and bring out the bishop. I can't see what his idea is apart from just straightforward development. But remember, we are winning, so we can afford to also straightforward develop our pieces. As opposed to not straightforward developing pieces. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, knight d5. What does that even do? He wants to come here. That's alright. Let's... next move, we're definitely going to trade that knight. Here... Take... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and I'm just going to run back. So he's definitely helping me activate my pieces, especially the bishop pair, which is good. The bishop pair, of course, will no longer exist. That's alright. Here, we've got a strong knight, we've got a strong bishop. Let's activate our queen. Every single piece has to come into the attack. That is the best way to play chess. And the most fun way, I would argue, as well. Rook d8, threatening rook d3. Now what does he do? I wonder if take, knight d5 is an option. I could have gone there, rook d3, to open up the check. That's alright. I'm going to sit my king on h7, push my pawn, and I'm arguing what can you do against that idea? The answer is nothing. I am here. I am just being inspired by the super creative Vivaldi and the classical music playlist, of course. It's probably adding like, I feel like an extra 200 elo onto my rating. So here, knight f4. He definitely can't take that because otherwise I'm just taking his rook, right? I'm sacking my queen. But I have knight f4 and it's very nice. Yeah, he disconnected, so he abandoned the game. That is not good. But still, he was losing anyway. He was just getting crushed, so I treat that as a compliment to my classical music-inspired play, right? But let's game review. What does the incomparable Gotham chessbot say about our play?
Positional error, punished. You flipped the script on this game. GG.
67.9, but again, like often some games are like that, right? If you played 67%, if your opponent plays only 59%, you're going to win the game. And that's what happened. So that was a nice way to kickstart things off. Let's have another game. Hopefully we get white this time. Yes, we do. And we're playing somebody, well, I imagine we're not playing the country Pakistan. We're playing somebody called Pakistan. And he's from Pakistan. And it's actually interesting. It reminds me of going through the old chess books with my dad when I was a kid. When I was a kid way back when the dinosaurs were around, of course. But yeah, often different representatives of countries would play correspondence chess matches against each other. So that's not what's happening here, but it just reminds me of that. But yeah, here it is the white line against the Sicilian. I'm gaining space. When he challenges my e4 pawn, I just want to push full steam ahead. Let's castle. And let's go d4, why not? Usually I like to back that up with knight a3, knight c2. Here I don't, especially if there's not a knight on c6 to pressurize our center. I think this is totally fine not to have a knight on c2 to guard our center. But remember, bishop d3 is an idea. Let's just sidestep any tactics. Let's waltz our way out of the tactics. Well, classical music, waltz our way out of the tactics. The queen was eyeing the king. So, simplest thing to do is just move out of that. And here, I wonder if knight c3 is the right move, or bishop e3. Bishop e3 walks into knight f5. So knight c3, I reckon. b4, knight a4. I'm not scared, buddy. Here, g4. Let's go g4, why not? His queen is on the wrong diagonal. His bishop is there, so I gotta be a little bit careful. But let's see if we can't counterattack. Knight to g5 and knight to f7 is definitely one idea. He can't take this way because, again, we sidestep the attack. So, actually, that is a nice fork anyway. We are definitely attacking the rook. That you might think that's only one like material threat, and it is, but we're also threatening this very juicy outpost on d6. Our knight has mega horsepower when it's on d6. Now let's see if we can't team it up with something else. Wonder what we can team it up with. Here, it's interesting. Well, let's just, when in doubt, play a positional move. He would really like to go knight to c8, but he can't because pinned pieces can't move. Well, absolutely pinned pieces can't move for sure. And now we're going to go rook f7. Here, I can win a pawn if I want. Do I want? I wonder if taking is an idea. Rook takes bishop. No. Let's see. Well, let's check him. And just see what he does. He resigned. Why did he resign? Well, if his king was going there, then possibly checking back. If his king was going there, rook c1. Maybe that's why he resigned. Let's see if we can't game review. Hey, I'm not complaining. You should never complain when your opponents resign. Yeah, let's see what the game review says.
You built a lead and didn't let up. Well done.
85%. So 2,500 performance rating, 2,150. And yeah, let's
Grabbing space in the center, opening
see
lines.
what the engine says. So going through all of this stuff.
Okay, you just dropped a fork, putting the heat on both pieces.
The engine is saying it's plus 2.65. So yeah, it's close to a decisive advantage for white anyway. Yeah, so that's pleasing. Accidentally winning a chess game. Maybe I invented something. But now let's play against Blunders. Hopefully he lives up to his name. 2353 from the UK. Well, he's very highly rated as far as online 3-minute splits goes, so he probably won't live up to his name. We'll probably have to force the blunders. Rook G1, so he wants to really like counter-attack me. So whenever there's an attack on the flank, they always say you got to counter-attack in the center. Knight C5. Stopping G4 because bishop takes. Now he's really going for it. Can I go knight E6? I'm doing it. I'm here, so it'll be interesting just to see what happens. That's a thing I do really like about the Lion kind of setups. It's just playing chess, right? You're not actually rote memorizing like a robot, putting pieces here, there, and everywhere. You're just responding to what your opponent does for the most part. Knight C5, knight D C5. And yeah, let's go A5 to keep our knight there. We are a little bit behind on developing, that's alright. Bishop E7. And now we just have to castle and then bishop D7. Or C6, perhaps. Well, let's castle. We're castling into it. Let's be brave. Here, of course, bishop D7. What if queen B8 C6? Queen B8 C6 B5 looks like an option. He wants to push his pawns up. C6. I think I'm faster, buddy. And then B4 and then take here, right? That is the idea. Whether or not it works or not, it'll be interesting to check it out. He played there to attack my rook, so he's gaining tempo. I wonder if I can go B4 anyway. Bishop takes rook, pawn takes knight, hit the queen. Disrupt your opponent's plans as much as possible. Rook A6. Yeah, that bishop is very annoying. Rook A6. I wonder if I can just go like bishop C6. After G6, bishop C6. Or maybe just take this way. And then go bishop here. And take back with the pawn. So we gotta get rid of this for sure. Skis. And now take this way. And maybe we just let him take and go king h8. That's definitely possible. Or is it? I don't know. So let's see. I mean, it makes sense. And usually the moves that make sense are the best ones. Especially when you're being attacked like this. We're using his pawn as a shield. The idea is when things cool down and pieces get traded off, we're going to just be able to take that pawn. I wonder if I can sacrifice that. Yeah, I'm doing it. Here. Because it feels like I have a lot of play in the center. Depending on what he does. He's going there. I'm just going here, right? And this is what I was talking about. Can I take this way? Yeah, that looks very dangerous to me. But he's checkmating me. Whoopsie. Yeah, I should have played probably a bit more safe. Because check is a big problem. Maybe I'm running this way. He doesn't want me to run that way. But if he wants to check me again, he'll have to let me run that way. I think king e6 solves my problems, right? Meanwhile, he's got problems because my knight and queen are combining. King here? No. King here. As long as I can get to c7. If I can get to c7, bishop f6. And then king here, right? Where's the next check, buddy? Ah, so he doesn't have a next check. So I'm going to go here. I don't think... Ah, he does have a next check. Here, king here. And now we're going to go bishop takes pawn. Wow, this is very aggressive. Check. 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 Here, take. Here, here, push. Let's cut off his pawn. And push for the win. No! Flagged. But I was winning. It was a nice game. But yeah, really good counter-attacking game. I'll be interested to see the game review for that one. I enjoyed that one because it was very close. I definitely had to come back, use all my powers of swindle, winning in the end game, but flagged by 0.3 seconds. Sometimes
Draw from a winning spot. Let's find where victory slipped away.
Yeah, it was a very good game. This is John saying I'll be back next week for some more interesting classical blitz classical music chessing. Until then, guys, remember the pirate couldn't stop playing chess because he was hooked. Not that I'm a pirate, but pirates usually have hooks for hands, like Captain Hook. But yeah, John signing out. Cheers, guys.